Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to create and manage breakout rooms in Microsoft Teams. So here I am on the calendar. I'm going to organize a meeting for the 28th. We'll start from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and I'm going to provide a name for it. Let's call this one Breakout Rooms Tutorial. And in here, I'm going to invite a few people. So you want to make sure you invite the people so that breakout rooms option is available for you. So let's go with Joanna, Johnny, and let's go Alan. And who else? Let's see, Adele. There we go. So these are 4 people that I want to invite and I want to create breakout rooms for them. So once I'm happy and I've provided all the information in this meeting, I'll click send and that'll send the invite. And so this is where the magic happens. If we reopen this, we can now see breakout rooms. Now, we got to remember, breakout rooms is not available on the personal Teams app. You want to make sure you have the business Teams desktop application. It is also not available on the web, so you can't create and manage breakout rooms via the web app. You have to have the desktop application. You can, though, join breakout rooms as an attendee from the web, but you want to make sure you have the latest version of Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. Let's go ahead and click on breakout rooms. And in here, you can see there are no current breakout rooms created. So let's go ahead and create a room or a number of rooms. So in this case, it's asking me how many rooms do I need. I can select the number of rooms I require. Let's leave it at 2 for now. It recommends the number for you. So we'll leave that at 2 and hit add. And now we should be able to see those rooms come through. And here we go, room 1 and room 2. From here, we can rename the rooms, we can delete the rooms, and we have the room options. Room options is pretty much going to give you a link to the web, and you'll be able to manage that room option, which is all the meeting options during that room session. So we're not going to look into that. We'll look directly into the room options once we join the meeting. In here, we can assign participants. So let's go ahead and assign participants from here. Let's select assign participants. And you can see here you have 3 options. The automatically assign people. So this will automatically assign everybody to their respective rooms. Manually assign people is where you want specific people to be part of specific rooms. You can manually do that or let people choose their own room, which is essentially letting people select the rooms they want to join. Let's go ahead and do manually assign people and hit next. And so here we can see a number of participants that we have invited. So we can select, for example, Adele and assign Adele to room 1. We can assign Ellen to room 2. And then Joanne and Johnny, I really don't want to be assigning them manually. Say, for example, you have 50 participants. You don't want to be doing that manually. So you can select the shuffle option here. And you can say, I want to shuffle everyone, including Adele and Alan. So I want to remove their rooms. We've already added and assigned their rooms, so we don't want to do that. Let's select only unassigned people. And now if I say only unassigned people, it's going to leave Adele in room 1 and Alan in room 2, but Joanne and Johnny, or Joanna and Johnny, are both going to be assigned automatically to some rooms that are available. Now, if there are a number of participants and you're looking for a particular participant, you can find the participant directly from here and be able to provide them with their assignment. Once we're happy with this, we can see here a count. There are 4 people assigned, 0 unassigned. We want to make sure we look at that number and make sure that everybody is assigned if we want to assign everybody in this meeting to a room. Let's hit save. And now we should see those numbers change, 2 participants in each room. And once I'm happy with this, let's go ahead and join the meeting and have a look at how much options we can manage during the meeting. So let's hit join, and I'll mute myself and hit join. And so here I am on the meeting. I can go to rooms from here, and here we can see participants. All participants have been assigned. If I click on assign participants, and I can shuffle everyone and move everybody around. So you can see everybody got moved to different rooms. It's changing the more I change, or I can leave it as it is. So yes, cancel. We'll leave our assignments as they were. Now, say we have new people that want to join or more invitees, or I would like to create an extra room to put 2 people to discuss a certain topic from 2 separate rooms or from a single room. We can click the plus icon here and add a new room, and this will then add that room for us. You have the option to open all the rooms in one go, or you can open a single room at a time. So if I want to open room 1 by itself, I can select here and click on open, and that'll open room 1 only, and the participants will be able to flow into that depending on our settings. So if we go back and close that, let's have a look at these settings now. So if we click on the settings cog, here you can see assign participants to manage rooms. So if you have participants that are in this meeting, you can assign them to manage rooms with you. You can set a time limit for rooms. So if we take that, we can set how long we want those rooms to be running for. So you have the number of hours and the number of minutes. And then you have automatically move people to rooms. This means as soon as the room is open, the people that are assigned to that room are automatically going to be moved to that room. Then this option here, let people choose their own rooms. If we take that, then that's going to allow people to select their own rooms and let people return to the main meeting. This will allow people to return to the main meeting without you having to do that. So if we selected this, we can uncheck that. So generally, if this one's enabled, it'll enable both for you. So you can disable that, and you don't want people to return in the case you do not want people to return. And once we're happy with that, we'll hit save and wait to go back to the main screen here. So here we are. We can then go to a particular room. For example, if I go to assign participants, I can change Johnny now to room 3 because I want Johnny and maybe Alan to go to that room and discuss something on their own. So I'll move them to room 3 and open up that room for them. Now you have the option here as well to rename the room. And there is an option to create an announcement during that. So if we open up a particular room, let's go ahead and open room 1 and wait for that to go through. You can see here, this announcement button is enabled. I can announce a certain thing. And if I have multiple rooms open, that announcement is going to be broadcasted to everybody in those rooms. Now let's go back and close this one again and show you the delete option. So if I go ahead and delete one of these rooms, for example, room 2, let's go ahead and delete that. Here you can see the participants will pop up on the very top here as soon as room 2 is gone. So room 2, I think room 2 didn't have any participants. So let's delete room 1 and try that again. So let's delete that. And here we go. So we can see 2 participants were in room 1. So they're now no longer assigned. I can go ahead and click assign participants, and you can see Adele and Joanna are both unassigned. So let's assign them back to room 3 because that's the only room left. So I can hit save and then get assigned. So obviously when you delete a room, you got to remember those participants that get deleted, that are in that meeting or in that room. When the room gets deleted, they will come back to unassigned. Then you'll have to reassign them or leave them as part of the main meeting and they'll be unassigned. That's pretty much how you manage breakout rooms in Microsoft Teams. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe to support our channel and to keep up to date with the latest Microsoft Teams content.